Alright, One Piece fans, welcome back to the channel. Today, oh boy, we've got some absolutely insane leaks for Chapter 1167. I'm talking pure chaos, world building on a massive scale, and a straight up shift into a brand new era for Elbaf, the Holy Knights, and the terrifying Triple Seal system. If you're a fan of Harald, Shanks, or the dark buried history of the world government, this video is literally made for you. So lock in, grab your snacks, and forget everything else, because these early leaks are packed with so many details it'll make your head spin. And before we dive into the madness, make sure to hit that subscribe button, join the squad, and let's push for 10,000 subs together. With the One Piece community, nothing is impossible. Alright. Now, chapter title and general leaks. According to the earliest leak sources, the chapter is titled Children of Idda, with massive focus on King Harald's past, his family, Elbaf's history, and the world government's long-term project involving the giants. The chapter picks up right after the fallout of the Rocks era, transitioning us into the world after Roger and Rocks, showing how the government started reorganizing itself through a new military asset, the Holy Knights and the Triple Seal system, Surface, Deep, and Abyss. This isn't your average flashback. This is Oda laying the foundation for a new global power structure, one that could redefine the balance between the Yonko, the Gorosei, and Imu. Now, King Harald and the shadow of the Florian Triangle. The first leaks revealed the world government officially assigning Harald to clean the seas, especially around the misty waters near the Florian Triangle. Because of Harald's ridiculous size moving through the fog, rumors spread that a monstrous shadow was swallowing ships whole, tying directly into old giant legends and the eerie mysteries we saw at Thrillerbark. Leaks suggest that the so-called Florian beast might literally have been Harald's silhouette or giants like him, opening the door to a potential ancient race connected to Ors-type giants. Harald's summoning to Mary Joie and the Surface Seal. The most dangerous leak. Harald gets summoned by the Gorosei to Mary Joie. There, they place the Surface Seal on his arm, the first tier of the Three Seal system. Receiving the seal officially transforms Harald into a Blade of the Sovereign, the lowest rank of the Holy Knights, but also one directly tied to the command structure under the Gorosei and Imu. The seals aren't symbolic. They're a full power system, granting regeneration, power amplification, and even transformations depending on your seal rank. The Holy Knight ranking system. Oda is introducing a new hierarchy similar to Yonko, Shichibukai, Worst Generation, but this time inside the world government itself, based entirely on the seals. Surface Seal, Deep Seal, Abyss Seal, the highest. Leaks imply other knights like Shamrock and Garland also have different seal ranks, creating a full internal reward system for the government's strongest warriors. Post-Roger era and giant recruitment. After Roger's death, pirates flood the seas, triggering the government to aggressively recruit giants for military dominance. Harald, with his terrifying reputation as the Fog Beast, becomes the perfect intimidation tool. This ties Elbaf's current arc to a history way deeper than being just a warrior island. Mary Joie, Garland, and the command device. The leaks shift to the Holy Knights headquarters where Harald meets Vigerland Garland, one of the government's deadliest operatives. Garland hands Harald a communication device, basically a direct hotline for dirty missions the Holy Knights don't want traced back to the government. In short, Harald becomes an official government weapon, sacrificing his freedom for Elbaf's safety. Fisher Tiger's escape and Shanks' his secret role. One of the craziest leaks. During Fisher Tiger's escape from Mary Joie 15 years ago, one Holy Knight secretly freed him. And that knight was Shanks. At the time, Shanks was wearing an eye patch over his left eye, meaning Teach's famous injury had happened recently, and Shanks hadn't gained any regeneration abilities yet. This suggests Teach was already a monster 15+ years ago. Shanks hadn't received any seal powers yet, and his eye never healed because the injury predates the seal contract. Shanks as a Holy Knight, Blade of the Sovereign. The leaks say that shortly after that incident, Shanks is introduced to Harald and Shamrock and Mary Joie. There, Shanks accepts the surface seal, gaining the title Blade of the Sovereign, and becomes a rising star among the Holy Knights, said to rival Shamrock in potential. This adds insane depth to Shanks's past. He wasn't just a pirate chasing dreams. He was part of the government's secret elite before abandoning that world. Shanks' eye injury and seal timing explained. The leaks outline a clean timeline. Shanks gets his scar from Teach before becoming a Holy Knight. Seal regeneration can't fix past wounds. That's why the scar stayed permanently. This avoids downplaying either character. Teach was dangerous early on, but not overpowering Shanks' seal powers, because Shanks didn't have them yet. Harald and Shanks is dynamic. Harald tries bonding with Shanks within the Holy Knight's base, but Shanks brushes him off, clearly avoiding emotional ties. Yet leaks imply Shanks secretly helped Fisher Tiger escape, acting as a noble spy inside Mary Joie. Tie this with Shanks showing up in Elbaf 14 years ago, and you start seeing a man torn between two worlds. Idda's illness, Harald's mother, and the Astrida conspiracy. The leaks shift to Elbaf. Idda, Harald's mother, falls seriously ill with rumors of poisoning in Strida's homeland. Villagers despised Idda for marrying Harald, who challenged Elbaf's violent traditions. This leads to Loki raging against the village that abandoned him, adding deep tragedy to his present-day character. Overall impact on the present story. Combine all the threats. The fog beast of Florian, giant military recruitment, the triple seal system, Shanks' past as a Holy Knight, Idda's poisoning, Astrida's betrayal, Holy Knights versus modern pirates, and you get one of the biggest flashback setups in all of One Piece. If these leaks are legit, Chapter 1167 will reshape Elbaf, the government, the Rocks timeline, and set the stage for a future showdown between Luffy, Shanks, Teach, and the legacy of the Holy Knights. So let me know in the comments, do you accept the idea of Shanks being a former Holy Knight? And is Harald a traitor to Rocks or a hero for his people? If you enjoyed the breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you legends in the full analysis once the chapter officially drops.